Be live right now. Let's see. Is it working? Are we live? We should be live. We a little bit late. We 9 minutes late. Here's what it is, yeah. Here's what it is. Hello. Mic check. Give me a mic check real quick, Jmaine. There we go. Welcome. Shout out to everybody popping in. What's good? Real quick, let's do a real quick shout out to the people that's in here. Shout out to Blade X, During Stamps Arcade, PS Rewind. Want a quick shout out? Say what up in the chat. We got our boy Meds in the chat. Jmaine is muted. Yeah, okay, you gotta explain this thing between you and Meds. Is it a joke or is it serious? You're muted? All right, let's see. Am I talking to myself? Wait, hold on. I think I am. All right. Say something.
Yo, mic check.
It should be good now. Y'all hear everything? Yeah, it should be good now. All right, so we back with another episode. King KOFI, what's good? C-Mac, what's good? Samurai Black. We a little bit late today, but you already know what it is. It's going to be a good show. But before we get into that, I have something I want to announce. We're launching a Patreon. We only have one tier. For $4, you can get a whole bunch of extra content and support me and Jmaine. So we just quickly want to go over what you get if you guys subscribe to the Patreon. You get another exclusive podcast that we're about to do. You guys remember on the PSP days, me, Jmaine, and the boys back then did Off the Record. This is pretty much not like it's like it, but not like it at the same time. I got with Tony and Pablo and Meds, and we're gonna be doing a podcast where we talk about trending topics and crack jokes and just talk about everything going on in pop culture. For example, like the whole NPC girls shit that was going on from the Adam 22
Am I right?
stuff
Like no.
to the ocean, to the Ocean's Gate stuff. So everything going on in pop culture, that's what we're gonna do. The podcast is gonna be a video podcast. It's gonna go on for an hour to an hour and a half. So that's some extra content for you guys, as well as me and Jmaine are gonna be doing some exclusive interviews with people in the gaming community and in industry that will launch exclusively first on Patreon. I'm already talking with somebody pretty big right now to be our very first interview. That was going to launch first on Patreon, and as well as exclusive vouchers and codes. As you guys can see, you already know what I do. I got to bless the people. The first 10 subscribers to the Patreon, when we get our first 10 subscribers, I'm dropping $50 worth of PSN and Xbox Live game codes to the Patreon members. So hey man, you might actually win some extra money, you know what I mean? So make sure you guys support your boys, man, and join the Patreon. So I do got Tony and Pablo in here with me. Yo, Tony, say what up.
Yes sir, we in here.
And got Pablo. Say what up, Pablo.
Yo, what's good?
So you're probably not going to be, well, you're going to be familiar with Tony, but you're not probably going to be too familiar with Pablo. I don't know if he's been around, whoring around the podcast streets before. Pablo, have you been shaking ass on different podcasts or no?
Shaking ass on different podcasts? Nah, I just do it in my crib. You already know.
But listen,
That's
two.
Meds. No,
yeah, these two, and we got Meds too. These two, okay, I think Meds is available. I was trying to get him in here earlier. So, but honestly, Pablo, Tony, Meds, these are some of the funniest people to have this kind of discussions with. And I feel like this podcast, you guys are going to actually absolutely love it. For the people not quite sold yet, don't worry. I'm going to post clips of some of the topics that we talk about. The podcast is going to go live not live, but it's going to be pre-recorded, but it's going to go up every Monday. We record on Sundays, and we're going to post the podcast on Mondays. So make sure you guys support, man. Make sure you guys support. I think you guys will probably be the best $4 you have ever spent. So, Jmaine, anything else?
Yes, sir.
Want to add to this?
Nah, man. Just I don't know. I like when we do stuff like this. Adding extra content to the community or for the community and getting involved. I know. I'm gonna have to pull up on these this What the Fuck podcast one of these days. I don't know. Did y'all set y'all? Oh, okay. I see. I see where it says it's gonna be posted every Monday. You know, I don't be listening. So yeah, definitely should be
Yeah.
able to pull up, y'all a couple of these days because I like talking about other shit too,
Yeah.
relationship stuff, fucking pop culture shit. That's
Yeah.
you know.
So it
I like
should be a
getting
good time. So make sure you guys subscribe to the Patreon that we have. It's gonna be a grind, but I'm pretty sure when you guys see the content, y'all gonna love it. So and y'all gonna want to be a part of it. So once again, first 10 people, I'm dropping $50 in the chat. 10 different game vouchers. $10 game vouchers for what? PSN, Xbox Live, whatever you want. For the
There
first
you
10
go.
people. All right, so if Pablo or Tony don't have nothing else to say, we're gonna see them on Monday. We're gonna see them on Monday.
sir.
We're gonna be up. Our first episode's gonna be up. So I'm about to tell y'all to get the hell out of here, yo. We're gonna start this podcast.
I'll see myself out
That's
there.
too much for me. That's
Have a
too
good
much for
show.
me.
All
All
right, y'all.
right, all
Good
right,
feed.
all
All
right.
right. Peace out. Peace
So
out.
good gaming episode 41.
Yeah,
Man, it seems like Thursdays has always been
crazy.
a clutch day to do podcasting or to do stuff like this
It
because
never fucking fails.
every single Thursday it seems like we always get some new news for some.
Yep. It's just, I think that's just the day. As far as gaming goes, that's just the day. Like, it's like the day. Well, I think it's because it's the day before Friday, so they know like Friday comes, people winding down, they trying to get to the weekend, and so anything you got left to get off is Friday. Friday is the day to do it. I mean, Thursday is the day to do it. Before the
Exactly.
end of the week. So you either do it, I think, like Tuesday or Thursday. I think those were like the two big days because Tuesday, you like the week has started. It's not Monday where everybody's coming in off the weekend. And then it's not the middle of the week, and then Thursday is right before the end. So I think those are the two perfect days.
Yeah, but before we get into some of the topics that we have throughout this week, just how's your week been going? What you been
Yeah.
playing? What you
Absolutely.
what's up?
Weekend, the week's been going good. Birthday tomorrow, so definitely going to be getting into some festivities with the friends and family. Going out shit like that, get some drinks and whatnot, have some fun. And then I got my cruise next week. I should still be able to make the pod next week, which is Thursday, because I don't leave for the cruise until Friday. So I should be able to make it. If anything changes, I will let you know, but I
Let
should
me
I
know
should be
for
able to make
sure.
it. As far as games go, I beat Stray, got that done. Definitely enjoyed it. Pretty cool game. I think you need to get back on there. I
You
think
think
it's
so?
yeah, I think like when you go into it and you just look at it as a cat game, I think it's just deeper than that. Like when you start like exploring the areas and learning more about the people of that world and the story behind what happened and shit like that, it starts to open up and have a deeper meaning and shit like that. So I like games like that, them little short, quick, deep story kind of simple mechanics. It ain't nothing crazy. You get your puzzles. You might have a little bit of combat in there, but it's mostly pretty basic, nothing too crazy. But I think the story in it is actually pretty good. And I'm happy I did play through that, especially
That's
before it
good,
left
man.
the
I'm gonna
service.
get to it though. I do plan on getting to it. It's just
You
that
bought
like
it, right? Did you get the physical version? Some shit like that?
no, I didn't actually. I didn't.
Oh, what the
I think
hell?
you're thinking about seafood. I went on my way to go and buy,
Oh,
but
yep. I am thinking.
Stray, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it because it does seem like I did start it on my platinum account, so I have to go and eventually go and get that platinum.
Get
It seems like
platinum.
easy platinum too. So I'm gonna get to it. It's
Yeah.
it's one of them stories like the Obzus, the journeys where it probably does have like a deeper deeper meaning to the whole
Yep.
narrative
That's
of it,
exactly
right? I'm assuming,
that's
right?
exactly what it reminded me
Yeah,
of. One of
yeah.
those style games.
One of those
Um,
style, yeah.
And then what else I've been of course I'm playing through Final Fantasy 16 still. And then Horizon playing on that as well. So chipping away at that is yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing. What you been up to, man? How's life going? How's the games treating you?
What have I been playing? I'm still chipping away at Final Fantasy 4. I'm still
Mhm.
chipping away. The game is still a lot of fun. What else have I been playing? I'm about to hop into Diablo 4, but people
Heard
there's a
some
lot of
shit.
there's a lot of controversy surrounding that game lately, which is making me think, do I wait or like what's going on with it? But I haven't done really much research, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to hop on Diablo 4. What else? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I've been playing a whole lot of random shit. I've been trying to finish up the platinum in Cuphead as well. I'm pretty close. I think I got like 78% of the trophies done. I just need a couple of more to do. And I've been, dabbling in Ghost of Tsushima. But to be honest, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Ratchet and Clank PC because your boy went out of the way to go buy a HDD. I want to go. I want to just see. I just want to see what's up.
Yeah.
I want to see what's up. I think I'll make an interesting video, right? I want to see what's up.
Oh, for sure, for sure. You definitely got. Hello?
Yeah, you don't hear me? Hello?
Oh no, my computer just started tweaking. I don't know what the hell just happened. Okay, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. No, that would definitely be interesting because you see the conversation, of course, around the whole loading times and the whole the riffs and all of that.
Yeah.
It definitely. Insomniac put out an interesting blog post this week that is making me think that the experience might just be different with the hard drives. But
I'm just curious to see how it's gonna operate. Like, is it gonna like take a while to load? I'm just curious because I want to see about this whole direct storage. And look, you know what? I ended up picking up this HDD. I'm like, you know what? This was low key a good buy because I just cleared off mad space that was cluttered on my SSDs. I just threw it like all these miscellaneous things on my HDD. Not mad space. I put all my ROMs. On that shit, like I have mad space. Low key, it's not bad to have a little HDD in your PC. Bought it for mad cheap too, yo. I ain't mad at it. 2 terabytes.
Yeah, I'm sure you got the slots for it and everything. So you good.
I'm good. So yeah, definitely. I'm curious to see what the results are gonna be. I'm sure a whole bunch of people are gonna be making content about that. I should be getting my review copy, hopefully. Shout out to PlayStation Canada. If they're gonna send that in hopefully this weekend so I can start creating some content for that. But
when does it officially come out?
I believe on Wednesday. That's when the game comes out.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, games be dropping all different
I
times.
got to shout out some people. Shout out to Corey the Beast for being our first Patreon. Shout out to Booty Warrior for being our second Patreon. Shout out to Booty Warrior. And shout out to Super Dennis 19 for being our third Patreon. Remember, giveaway at 10, dropping 50 bones into Patreon. Shout out to Pablo the Third with the early super chat donation. He says, "Happy early birthday, Jmaine. Consider this my initiation into the podcast this Monday."
Yeah, niggas got to pay to get in. So make sure you're trying to join. Just know the fee is up there. You know what I mean,
yes, sir.
It's just 50 for Pablo because we fuck with him. But if we don't rock with you, it's gonna be more.
Tony got to send 100. Yo, Tony got to send 100. Yo, that podcast is gonna be funny on Monday. So make sure you guys tune in and tap in to the Good Gaming Patreon, and I promise you the content will be worth it on me, bro. Corey the Beast is Kempachi. Shout out to Kempachi. That's my guy, bro. Shout out to Kempachi. I was supporting.
He was the first one, right?
He was the first one. Appreciate you, Kempachi. But let's get into some of these topics that we have, Jmaine. Do you actually want to start off with the Spider-Man news? Because
I mean, that shit is fresh in my mind right now.
That's fresh. All right, so you'll break it down to the people so I can while I bring this shit to the screen.
Yeah, for sure. So today was the panel that they hosted, Insomniac Games hosted for San Diego Comic-Con. At San Diego Comic-Con for Marvel's Spider-Man 2. So they had, a bunch of the voice actors and stuff. I believe Najee Jeter was there, who plays Miles Morales, Yuri Lowenthal, who plays Peter Parker. I believe they had Laura Bailey there. They had my guy Tony Todd, who plays Venom, of course, so at least the voice of Venom. And of course, a bunch of developers, community managers, and shit like that. And so at this San Diego Comic-Con, of course, they're revealing more about the game. And to my surprise, they actually dropped a whole new story trailer for the game at the Comic-Con panel. And I think the story trailer was a fire. Like, it just looked like so much shit happening. So many moving parts, I would say, of the story that I feel like when they all like connected in some way. So like when it all hits the fan in that game, it's going to be madness. I thought the game looked beautiful visually. It's a story trailer, so not much gameplay in there, but we kind of got a really good look at gameplay already.
Yeah, we did.
So story trailer, right off the bat, you notice that a couple of the characters got some new facelifts, new hairdos.
Mary Jane looks good. You know what? I'm not even mad at Peter's face no more. And listen, I ain't trying to start no new controversy, so I'm gonna keep my commentary light. You know what I mean? Because people are expecting me to go crazy. People are expecting me to start Puddlegate 2.0 or something.
we
People are expecting it. Bro, it's been like 4 or 5 years, people. 4 years since the last one, guys. I'm falling back. I don't even use that word no more. You know what I mean? I stay away from the D word when it comes to my content now, bro. It's called artistic changes. And you know what? Miles went through some artistic changes. He went through some artistic changes. I just want to know, how did the man with one of the cleanest fades in video game go to Saints Row Fortnite style dreads to the side haircut? I just want to know that, bro. But
yeah, they fucked that. Listen, I'm for
they massacred my boy, bro. They massacred my boy. Let's just call it what it is. They massacred my boy.
Come on, say it, man. Say it, man. They fucked up his hairdo, man. He had the nice, low top fade, or you know what I'm saying, some shit with a nice little fro. And then they gave him that side ugly ass feminist haircut, man. I hate like that's like the black version of the Saints Row haircut. Like
man.
I don't like that shit, man. Because when you see that, it just reminds you of some bullshit, man. Some image they trying to portray in the gaming industry these days. So I don't of course it ain't a big deal, but
it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But they butchered my boy though. He had the cleanest fade in gaming in Spider-Man Miles Morales too. He had the cleanest fade, but now his hair look a little funny. But it is what it is.
And then Mary Jane look good. I don't know. She kind of looked like they got her age in like the whitest of white women. Like she looked like she might be pushing 40 now.
Really? I think she looked fine. I think she looked fine in it.
She's pushing 40.
I think this character model looks better than the last one personally. I do think it looks better.
I do think it's like more like the detail in the character models are definitely improved. I'll definitely give them that. Like the character models don't look bad. If anything, you just critiquing how they look in terms of what you prefer and shit like that. But it ain't like they look bad. The character models in detail, fire. We also got to look at Harry, Peter's best friend, of course, Harry Osborn, who has kind of been in the backgrounds because he's been going through some stuff. I mean, if you played the first game, the shit that Harry been going through. And so, he's a factor, of course, in the story. We got more looks at the Lizard, Kraven, and then Venom. That Venom part was crazy as hell because I just feel like the way they showed him off, that man got it. I think he's gonna be playable, dog. I think he will.
I think that would be super dope if he is playable. I think we were always talking about this, like, how can they take Spider-Man 2 to the next level? And I think, that whole multiple characters and different perspective things would probably work pretty well in this game. If you're able to play as Venom, I think that would be extremely dope. I think that's kind of missed opportunity if they don't let us play as Venom, to be honest.
It might not be like a fleshed out experience as Venom, though. Like, how can I say this? So how like in the first Spider-Man 2018, we got to play as Miles or Mary Jane, but it was only like the stealth missions.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not saying the experience should be as bad as that because I hated those stealth missions with those characters. But with Venom, I think it'll be like scripted moments where you like jumping through the city and like, they got the whole police force maybe trying to take them down, or the Kraven's men trying to take them down, and you taking out helicopters. It's not just going to be like you doing missions and shit with Venom. I think it's going to be his rampage moments. So you can get a little taste of it. And then maybe in like a third game or something, or a spinoff, maybe we'll get like a Venom game or something like that.
Yeah. I think the game looks good, man. You guys already know what it is. I think the game is going to be great. I can't wait till it comes out. I actually have nothing else to say about it. What do you think about the whole collector's edition? How it looks?
For the console?
For the console, because they did reveal a collector's edition. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so they got the PS5. I was about to say PS4. The PS5 with the plates on it, pretty much, and then the controller. I like the design of what they did because it looks like the Venom, the symbiote is trying to attach to Spider-Man. That's like kind of the design they went for. I just think that I just kind of wish the plates were different from the controller. Like it's like the same design on both. And I don't know. It's like copy and paste almost. I wish they would have did different. Like I think it looks fine on the controller, but I think the faceplate could have been a little bit more like detail to it, or maybe just a little bit different, a little bit of a switch up. But I like it. I probably end up copying that.
It's much better. It's much better than the first one that we got with the Spider-Man PS4. I think this one's at least, you know, I felt like that one was a little bit lazy. You don't remember the PS4 Pro was just literally a big Spider-Man logo and it was just red and that's it. At least this one has like a little bit more flavor for it to like kind of like the symbiote. It's kind of like, you know, coming after like the Spider-Man logo and stuff like that. I do like the design. And then one thing that I will say that super pro consumer, I do like PlayStation selling the controller and the faceplate separate. I think that's a very smart thing to do. So for the people running out there to go and buy the console, they can get it with that. But for people like us who, you know, not everybody's a collector for these consoles, custom consoles. When a new console comes out, you have to run out and buy another one. Some people do that, right? But at least this makes it in a way that you could still make a shit ton of money for people who are interested for those specific, you know, faceplates and stuff like that. So I think that's super dope. I think that's super dope.
Yeah, so it's to the people that so they probably, I don't know, you think they're gonna sell those faceplates in the controller like immediately? Because then it's like, what's the point of buying the collector's edition if you already? I guess if you already own a PS5, it's no sense.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think they should sell it all at the same time because it's for those who already, you know, like what you said, for those who already have a PS5, then you know, go ahead and pick up the plates.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I think this is a smart play. I think, you know, it's almost like the back in the day when Microsoft was selling like faceplates for the 360. Remember that era?
Yo, they had options, bro. That shit was fire. Like, I think
that shit was hot at the time.
They need to do more. Like, take more advantages of shit like that. Like, every game should have faceplates. Like, every game don't have to have a bundle, but I think
that's easy money because, you know, your hardcore fan base is gonna run out and buy this. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna run out and buy this easily. So I think that's just easy money for them to do. We got another Patreon. Watch Doge is our 4th or 5th Patreon. I appreciate it. Shout out. We appreciate it. Shout out to everyone for all the support. Once again, if you're entering the podcast a little bit late, me and Jmaine opened up a Patreon for good gaming. And go ahead and click the link. It's pinned in the chat. We're offering a second podcast where we talk about everything pop culture, and it's gonna feature Tony, Pablo, and Meds, and it's gonna be going on every week, every Monday. We're gonna be doing this podcast. It's pre-recorded and it's gonna be a good time. You know, we're gonna be talking about a whole lot of fun stuff over there, and as well as other exclusive content. So click the link, read it, see if you're interested, and I promise you won't be disappointed with the content that you get. We got a super chat donation from Blade X. He says, "Insomniac, don't miss. This looks fire." I agree. It looks good. I can't wait to play it.
I can't wait, man. This shit looks amazing.
If you were a betting man, I want the chat to get involved as well. If you were a betting man, what would your Metacritic prediction of Spider-Man 2 be? I don't think we have talked about this on this podcast yet.
Hold on. Before I answer that, let me see what the first game.
I think it was 80. I feel like it was like an 87 or 88. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like it was around there, like the original. 87.
Yep, 87.
Do you think this one crosses that 90 mark? That's my question to you.
If it does, it just does it. Like 90, 91 at best. But if I was a betting man, I'm saying 90.
I'm saying if I'm a betting man, I say it doesn't cross 90.
Ooh.
I'm saying it doesn't cross it. And that's not hate. Don't get it twisted. I think it's gonna be high 80s. I think it's gonna be like 88.
You sounded like you were Starfield. We might have to double up.
What's up, Jamie? What's up, Jamie?
We might have to double up.
You want it? Hey, you want it? If you about it, I'm about it, bro. You already know what it is. If you about it, I'm about it. What's up?
Ooh. Okay, so you don't think it'll be, so if it hits,
I don't think it's gonna cross it.
90 at all.
I don't think it's gonna cross it. What's up?
Damn, do I? Ooh.
You don't even feel like it too. Like you don't even feel like it.
Because I'm right there on the border. Like, because here's the thing. For them to get into like the mid 90s for this game,
you have to do something spectacular. Exactly. You know, you have to do something spectacular to hit like a 90.
The bar for superhero games has already been set. So if you just following the status quo, you're gonna score lower. And for Spider-Man, now that we are over a decade plus past what the Batman, almost a decade past the last Batman Arkham game, you got to go way above and beyond. And I don't feel like they did that in the last one. For this one,
Are you getting that vibe that they went above and beyond with this one to reach those type of heights? Are you feeling that, or you think this one? Because I feel like some games you can see, but some games you might have to be able to play it to be like, okay, you have to play it to be like, okay, this might hit that type of territory. You know what I mean?
Because
I think from everything we have seen, once again, it does not look bad. Don't
on par. Like it looks like it's on par with what we got. Like the story for me in the first one was great. The traversal, of course, with the swinging and shit like that was great. They added more elements to that. I'm not seeing the thing that's gonna make people look at this game, at least Metacritic wise, and be like, "Oh nah, they took this shit to the next level." It's possible, but we haven't seen it yet. And that I would have to. I got faith in Insomniac, but they haven't. I don't even think they've dropped a game in the 90s in a long time.
When's the last time? When's the last time?
It could be a Ratchet and Clank game.
It might have been. It might have been a Ratchet and Clank game since
I think the future PS3 days.
I feel like Tools of Destruction got a 90 on Metacritic. I really do feel like Tools of Destruction did.
The future games. So no, that's an 89. That's an 89.
Really?
I
thought I even cracked a 90, to be honest. I feel like one of the Ratchet and Clank games got a 90.
Up Your Arsenal. Oh, that's PS2. God damn, did any of the future games? Nah,
none of them. None of them, huh?
Quest for Booty was 70 something. Yeah, Up Your Arsenal, I think might have been the last game that they had was in the 90s.
You know what? Look, honestly, I think the reception overall for the game is going to be great. I think it's like, we just talking shit, but at the end of the day, 88 Metacritic, 90, like who really cares? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not tripping. I do feel like this game's gonna get something like that though. I think it's gonna be like an 88, 87, the lowest. Is my personal prediction. Zubin says Ratchet 3 got a 92 on Metacritic.
Yeah, that was PS2. So
yeah. So Jamie, if you feeling a little froggy and you want to take that bet, I'm down still. That's all I gotta say. I'm down. You feeling a little froggy?
I had to take the money twice because let me tell you something. Starfield come out in what 6 weeks. Yeah, that marketing ain't looking too good right now. They hiding something. So
they hiding. They marketing. They're not marketing.
Why they ain't marketing their biggest game? We've sold more marketing from Spider-Man, and that shit come out way after.
What? But I feel like this is a bigger conversation, low key, because I feel like Microsoft's marketing has been abysmal for all their games. If we're being honest,
that's a fact.
All their games, their marketing has been abysmal. If you ask me, they don't market none of their games no more. It's like they removed the budget completely. Like we're paying all these developers all these millions or hundreds of thousands to get our games on Game Pass. Is that the marketing budget that they're using or something? Like, because they're not marketing their games for shit, bro. They don't market their games. Yeah, they do not. Bro, you don't go on YouTube. You don't catch no trailers on that. You don't see none of their. The most I see them is like a Twitter promotion once in a while. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't even see much marketing from Microsoft when it comes to their first party games. And I feel like for them to reach, PlayStation level heights, they gotta, like, in terms of success for some of these IPs, they gotta do that. You know what I mean? I feel like back in the day in the 360 era, like the marketing for like Gears and Halo, they were so big, bro.
Go nowhere. Halo 3,
they were grand, bro.
Oh my god, Halo 3 was at like 2007 or some shit. Like, bro, you couldn't go or watch any channel, ESPN. It didn't matter. Like Halo, Gears, they was everywhere. It made you feel like if you didn't have a 360, like you wasn't shit. Like your parents didn't love you. It was like how much it was marketed. Like you just looking at these commercials, like I know everybody.
That's what I'm saying. They gotta do something.
360 under the Christmas tree. You was like, fuck. I ain't going back to school. Everybody got this shit. Like that's how you felt with the marketing in the 360 era.
For real. Yeah. Honestly, they gotta do better with that, and especially with their big games that they got coming. Like a game like Starfield should be a game that they should be pushing like a stupid amount of marketing money into. That shit works. That shit really does work. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So.
People still, whether it's they falling for the marketing or they get they're introduced to the game from the marketing, it definitely works. I still got friends to this day that fall for marketing. They be like, I gotta get the Xbox because Assassin's Creed is only on there. Like, nigga, what?
yeah, people really be falling for that.
Yeah.
I definitely gotta commend PlayStation because they've been absolutely killing it this generation with the PS5 because they even be doing stuff like making giant Leviathan axes in Europe and giant PlayStations here. Like these are the type of things that like you do that, it shows that we popping out here. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes Xbox feels a little too silent or too quiet. You feel me? So They definitely got to do better with that. But since we're on the topic of Microsoft and Sony, Sony took the deal, Jmaine. They took the deal.
They bent the knee.
They bent the knee, bro. They bent the knee. So you want to let the people know what the hell happened if they're not informed?
Yeah, so a few things happened since the last time we've been here. The FTC's appeal. No, did we? No, I don't think that broke last time we was here. See, I'm so fucking lost.
I know, bro. This shit's a mess, bro. I can't wait till this shit's over, bro. Like, real talk. And
yeah, so we broke that last time. So now pretty much it's between Microsoft and the CMA, where they're trying to iron out some details. They paused litigations. They agreed to do that, so they got more time. In addition, Microsoft and Activision have extended their deadline for agreement, and that could go all the way to October. So,
oh my god, bro!
When we thought that this shit was over, it could go all the way to October. I don't think it will go that long because the CMA also has I think their deadline for the final orders to August 29th. So Microsoft and the CMA, they're working. That's the last thing we're waiting for is the CMA and Microsoft to negotiate a deal so that they get their compensations that they want from Microsoft in order to make the deal go through. Microsoft could literally close the deal in the U.S. right now. Spencer even put out emails to the team we can close this shit in the U.S. right now. But I think he wants this to be as 100% of no discrepancies at all when they close.
Yeah, exactly. Because you might have to work with these people again, right? If you want to buy more people, so you don't want to rub regulators in the wrong way by doing some shady shit. So it's probably best to work with them for the future. Because who knows? I'm tired of talking about these companies and their next purchases and stuff. But maybe this is not where it ends. Maybe Microsoft decides to buy somebody else, and for it to just go smoothly, maybe it's best to make peace with everything. You know what I mean? And not do it in a shady fashion type of situation. Yeah. So
unless it comes down to that deadline. Because according to the new agreement too with Activision, if this shit ends up not happening, they owe them even more money.
I think the payout was $3 billion at one point. Now I think I've heard, I didn't read up on this shit because I'm over it, but I heard it's up to 5 or something like that.
4.5.
4.5. Okay.
So 4.5. So if the breakup fee went from $3 billion to 3.5 if the transaction is terminated after August 29th, and then 4.5 billion if the transaction is terminated after September 15th. So lots of money at stake here. Of course, is a big fucking thing, but a lot of the conversation this week was about PlayStation finally coming to their senses and taking the 10-year deal that Microsoft offered them for Call of Duty.
I want to talk about something, Jmaine, real quick, because I heard this, and maybe you might be more informed than me. I heard that initially Microsoft offered PlayStation a deal for all of Activision's game up till 2027. Yeah, so that includes games outside of Call of Duty.
Right. Yep.
So I've been seeing people run around on the internet that PlayStation actually signed a worse deal. What do you think?
Let's see. So if what the situation was that it was either you take that 2027, what was it, 2027 you said?
Yeah, 2027.
Yeah, 2027 for everything, or Call of Duty to 2033. I think they took the better deal.
If it was a better deal,
or I do, because looking at Activision's catalog, what do they have coming out?
Right?
Diablo already dropped, so they got that already. You're not getting another Diablo no time soon. Overwatch is already here, so Overwatch,
that is true.
You're not getting that for another few years, and by the time the next one come out, it would have probably been 2027. So it might not even made the platform. Crash Bandicoot is of course it's iconic.
They just dropped the new one. They just dropped the new one too. So right. When's the next one coming out? Yeah, you know what?
So they not missing. Call of Duty is the thing.
Yeah, you're right.
If it was the either or situation, the 10 years for Call of Duty was the one to take. So I don't think
the way Jmaine just broke that down, I feel like that's honestly the the smartest play that they did, because what he says makes a lot of sense. A lot of these games that Blizzard's biggest games, they kind of already released them, or like, you know, Activision Blizzard, they were kind of, unless they have something in the tuck that we don't know of that they're cooking up that's coming out like in the next year or two. So guarantee, yeah, that could be the case. But
yeah,
you know, if you don't know this, a guaranteed Call of Duty until 2030, like what do you say, 2030 or some shit?
Yeah, 2033. Yeah,
2033 is probably the best bet, because the game makes a stupid amount of money. You know what I'm saying? So it's probably the best bet. So that ain't too bad. I want to shout out to a few more people who joined the Patreon. I want to shout out Arcade, Rich Homie Sean, Nova, and Gaming from Canada. Appreciate it. I appreciate
familiar
it.
names too.
Appreciate it. Yeah, these are the supporters. These are the supporters. We appreciate you guys joining the Patreon. And once again, you will not be disappointed with the content that's coming. Monday's podcast is going to be a lit one. You guys, y'all will see. I'm gonna post little clips. I think I'm gonna post clips on the channel, and Tony and them could post clips if they want to on their channels, whatever they want. They got freedom reign with the footage, but the full version stays on Patreon though. That's all.
Yeah. It's looking like the biggest winner though is Nintendo and all of this, because they kind of sat back, took the deal, and it looks like they get everything for the next 10 years, including Call of Duty. So Nintendo was like, we're gonna be quiet, just chill, and take the best deal that comes our way. So I think after all of, you know, the back and forth and the disagreements and stuff with PlayStation, they probably gave them that ultimatum, like, listen, that 2027 or 2010 or next 10 years for Call of Duty only, whereas Nintendo gets everything. So
okay, all right. So Jmaine, you said that, so this shit has been extended to October.
It can go into October. Yep.
I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I
don't think it's gonna go that long, unless
hopefully
the CMA,
close it, bro.
Yeah, unless the CMA start really like pulling out all the stops that they possibly can. I don't see it taking that long.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because I don't think they want to go to court either.
Yeah, hopefully this shit is wrapped up immediately. But I'm already tired, because I feel like this has kind of opened the door for everyone just to discuss, at least from the social media, the cheerleaders, everyone's just talking about who's next, and I think that's like the next conversation, which I'm like, bro, when are we gonna get back to gaming? Jmaine, I got a bone to pick with some of these Xbox mans, bro. I gotta call it out.
Nah, I'm here to defend them. Let me hear it. Those are my boys. You know what I mean?
I got a bone to pick with some of them. Clearly, it's just some of them. Listen. Microsoft is working with Activision behind the doors, and they pretty much opened up all the servers for all previous Call of Duty games. So pretty much you can hop and play Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 2, which I've been playing. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I was playing that with Strat. Having a grind time, by the way. A lot of hackers on that shit, low key, but I can't even lie. The nostalgia was hitting hard, and the game still plays pretty damn good. So I was having a lot of fun playing, you know, Black Ops and on Modern Warfare 2, man. But I really do hope that Microsoft goes in to boost those resolution, because I think that's all it needs at that point, and it's super dope. But this is where I have an issue. I can't even lie. I seen people say that, you know, they're bragging about this whole Call of Duty thing, that Microsoft's finally getting Call of Duty. They're making these graphics that, I can't wait to these Call of Duties to drop in Game Pass. Jmaine, every single Call of Duty is on sale right now. Modern Warfare, at least this is Canadian dollars, is on sale for $9. It got to be on sale even cheaper in America. Got to be like $6. Black Ops is $14 Canadian right now. Every Call of Duty is on sale, right? But I'm seeing some of these Xbox dudes be like, I'm so excited to play these games. I'm so excited to revisit these games. You know what I mean? But they're available right now, and they're like, nah, I'm waiting for Game Pass to play them. And I'm all for Game Pass. Trust me, I'm all for Game Pass, and I think it's a good value for consumers. But you know what I don't like? I don't like the culture that it's becoming with some people, that if it's not in Game Pass, we ain't copping. And I think that's a little bit problematic. I think that's a little bit weird. I seen a guy tweet that he's excited to play Prototype He's excited to play Prototype. Jmaine, Prototype has been available on Xbox backwards compatibility for maybe at least 8 years, six years or something like that, bro. It's been available. He was tweeting like he was so gassed to play Bro, you could probably that game has been on sale multiple times. Like, if you're this gassed to play it, why don't just go out and buy it for $4? So this is where the confusion. This is where the confusion is starting. That what I'm talking about. I don't like this culture that like, you're not interested unless it's in the service, and I think that's a little bit strange, bro. I think that's pretty strange.
That's corny. That is. I was here to defend him, but I can't. That's corny. Like, what? what are we doing? That's even though, like, I don't know, this whole the Call of Duty servers being revived and shit like that. I don't know. I just feel like all of this shit is a fad. Like, people gonna hop back on it for a little bit and then they on to the next. Like, I just don't think like. So when you played it, right? Have you played like the latest Call of Duties? And you feel like old ones hold up, like in terms of like
Black Ops 2 still holds up. It still holds up, bro. Surprisingly, it still actually does hold. Visually, obviously, you're taking a hit. You know what I mean? And visually taking a hit. If they boost it to 4K or something, I think low key I could see that game holding a little bit of a community. Low key. If they could clean up the hackers and stuff, I could see people playing that shit. But it seems like Microsoft's whole goal in doing all of this is to boost up engagement, and stuff like this helps. You know what I mean? Because look, there is like, I know there's new versions of these games out, but let's not forget some of these classic games and old games today. There's still huge communities for a lot of old games. Ages of Empires 2, Counter-Strike. You know what I mean? There's like huge communities.
That's PC. Like, I understand.
Even Master Chief Collection apparently is having like a huge resurgence right now too on PC.
It ain't.
I heard there was like 10K people playing all the time, bro. What do you mean?
Bro, it had a few more people than it's like 5,000, 6,000 people. It ain't nothing major. It ain't nothing too crazy. They got more players than Halo Infinite, but that's another conversation. But I don't know. I just don't think people is really like, they get excited for nostalgia and then people go move on to the next shit. It ain't really gonna be.
Old man Steve-O plays games. I would like to address his comment. He says, why would you cop knowing it's going to be on Game Pass? I don't think you're understanding my whole thing. These are people that they're screaming that they're excited to play something. That's my point, which I find it a little bit strange. How can you? I'm see. That's why I find it weird. Look, hey, whatever you do, bro. I'm not here to judge anyone, but I'm just saying. To me, it's a little bit strange. If I was hyped, Jmaine, or excited to play a game, I was gassed to play a game, and it's available right now for me to play for $4. For $4, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go buy it. I'm not gonna wait. You know what? I'm gonna wait until October until this deal closes for a game that I'm hype on, where something I could play now.
That's why we in this Game Pass situation right now. Period.
That's why I think that's a little strange. I don't know. If
I wasn't buying the games.
Like, if you think I'm bugging, I'm bugging. But I think that's a little strange. Personally. But hey, that's just me.
Yeah, bro, I tried to go back and play. What was I playing? Twisted Metal? Oh my god,
that's it was. You know what?
Yes, bro.
This is why I always love. This is why I always loved the Nintendo 64, and I always gave it props. Look, there's some games on the 64 that's aged, but in comparison to the PS1, I always felt like N64 staple games always like looked better and you know what's it called aged better than PlayStation 1 games. Something about PlayStation 1 games is so hard to go back to and play, bro. Something about them games, bro. There's very few games, PS1 games, I could go back and play today. But for some reason, N64 games, I don't know why that I feel like they hold up better through time. I don't know, but that's a different conversation though. That's a different conversation.
Yeah. I tried to play that shit. I couldn't do it. And they actually have. So they got like one of the Twisted Metal Black. They got that on the PlayStation Store. I'm not like that excited to play Twisted Metal again to go and buy it, but I do want them to either fucking reboot it or come out with a new one. I would much rather see that.
Well, there was rumors that a new one was in development, so
yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. But
actually, you just reminded me. I need to mute some words on the timeline because PlayStation Showcase is starting to pop back up again. On the timeline. Yeah, Inside is telling me another showcase is happening in August.
What do you think about that? Do you think this is bullshit or it's true? I think a State of Play is coming. I think that's obvious. That's a given. I think a state of play is probably coming. As for a big ass showcase, I'm not sure about that, but I could believe a state of play is coming.
I don't even think maybe a state of play.
Why not?
Yeah, maybe
Why not?
A state of play. Like
See, I
for shit
definitely see
like
that.
a state of play, and then if there is a slim model, they might do that at the end of the state of play. That's about it. But as far as a big showcase, I'm not. Nah, hell no, it's not happening, man. I'm not getting my hypes up for it.
Well, the rumor is a showcase is coming, and PlayStation is gonna finally reveal their PlayStation 5 Slim, which is supposed to be releasing this year. Do you think this rumor is true that we're getting a PS5 Slim this year?
I still think that's happening this year. What actually made me believe it's happening even more is the time that the Spider-Man console is coming out, which is September. So that's going to be out before I would think a Slim or a new model of the PS5 would be out, so they can get that out the way and then probably drop the Slim in like November or something like that.
Okay. Real quick, I want to shout out. We got some more Patreons. Shout out to everyone supporting the guys. You know what I mean? Sort of supporting me and Jmaine joining the Patreon for even more content that's coming. New podcast with me, Tony, Pablo, and Meds, where we talk about everything pop culture. Yes, I'm gonna plug this in like a million times this episode, so get used to it. It's Black Ace. Shout out to Black Ace and Gian the Don for joining the Patreon, bro. Good stuff. I appreciate y'all. All right.
Yeah.
What else? What else happened this week? Oh my God, The Last of Us 2.
Yeah. Gustavo.
The Last of Us 2.
The Tony Todd opening his mouth.
It's looking like more ports and more remasters is coming for the PlayStation 5. This one, sir. I'm not too mad because I know the real reason why it's coming out, because they want to drop that PC version as well. They definitely want to drop that PC version.
Facts.
So there's a rumor coming out, and the source of this rumor is coming straight out of Jmaine, the guy who plays the guitar. You said Gustavo, that's the name?
Yeah, how am I blinking? He's the music dude.
The music dude who does The Last of Us, right?
Yeah, like the dude that I can't even think of the title, but yeah, he does the music for The Last of Us.
Yeah, so pretty much, he leaked out some information that you're gonna be able to actually interact with him in the game, in the new version of the game. So obviously that means some sort of remaster is coming, and I think that was pretty obvious. Look, I know a lot of people are gonna be pissed because Naughty Dog just dropped The Last of Us Part 1. Now they're dropping The Last of Us Part 2 while y'all still waiting for Factions 2 to drop. So I know a lot of people are going to be a little bit annoyed about that. But I got a question for you. Would you support that? I would.
The Last of Us, like a director's cut?
Yeah, like a director's cut version. If they added some extended content to it, would you support that?
Yes, I would. Not at full price though. So if they do it like Ghost of Tsushima, where if you already own the game and you want to upgrade to the director's cut, it's like $30 or some shit like that, and you get the actual DLC with it, I would cop that in a heartbeat. Especially, I don't know what would the DLC be? I don't know, maybe like you play as Tommy or something, because I don't think you can create a new storyline with this DLC because like Ellie is still, you know,
it's going to be a new story, but like maybe like cut out segments, like maybe a segment that was cut out the main game, and they will probably just put it in. I can imagine that being.
So if it's like Tommy's section of what he was doing during the game, and then you got some flashbacks within that to Tommy and Joel maybe doing some like scout missions where they go out and check the outskirts and make sure the infected ain't too crazy out there or run into some new groups and shit like that. I would fuck with that. I would play that. And then, give us that director's cut upgrade price. I'm with it. It's just the optics, bro. The optics is bad. Like, looking at Naughty Dog's output, especially this generation, this like, holy shit. It's nothing but remasters and fucking and remakes, dog. Like, we got the Uncharted shit, or there's the Legacy of Thieves collection. Then you had Last of Us Part 1, and then you're gonna give me Last of Us Part 2 director's cut. Like, that's all remakes and remasters for the whole generation so far. And Factions is nobody fucking knows where.
Jack in the chat says, you know damn well they not added shit.
Oh, yo, no, if they don't add shit, some heads need to roll over there. Like, I'm calling for some jobs.
So we already know that Naughty Dog is working on a new IP. Like, that's a given. They came out and said it. We're working on a new single player IP. realistically,
Yeah, that was damage control.
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, I think we established that when we talked about it at that time. But realistically, when do you think we'll see this new IP from Naughty Dog? Not next year. It's probably some time from now.
A reveal type shit.
Yeah, or or when we're gonna be playing it.
Oh,
it's got to be at least 2 years away, don't you think?
No.
You think it's longer? You think it's longer?
Yes. Because think about it. Last of Us Part 2 came out in 2020. So that game, it
2025 is
2025 for a new IP, 5 years.
I think that's doable.
Maybe 2026, I would say 2026.
Jesus Christ!
New, because they say games take longer to make, and it's not a sequel; it's a new IP. So that's a lot of new assets, a lot of new story, a lot of new dialogue. If it's an open world game, you know what I'm saying? Like it all depends on what style of game it is, but it's a lot. It's a lot to do a new IP. So yeah, at earliest 2026, dog. Like we might only get one true Naughty Dog game this generation.
This generation.
That's a new IP. And because they also talk about working on Last of Us Part 3. So is that coming this generation? If it's speculated to end at 2028, like I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's looking scary in the light when you look at Naughty Dog's template output. I mean, for this generation, I can't. That's one thing I will not deny. That shit looking kind of.
Maybe all of these acquisitions starting to make a little bit sense, especially when game development times are taking extremely long. You know, these days with these AAA games, right?
Yeah,
you know,
the big
every
budget
4
AAA.
years, 5 years until a game, you might need to acquire more studios to kind of fill in the gaps, right? So.
The live service,
you have a steady flow of releases. So, we know PlayStation has a whole lot of live service game, and I was just talking with the other boys in the Discord, and they were saying like, yo, what's PlayStation's next game that they actually got coming out from a first party outside of Spider-Man? And we actually do not know, right? We don't know, right? People are saying it might be one of the live service games coming out, right? But like, at this point, we don't know. We don't know.
It either be Fair Games, Concord. Was it Concord or Marathon? 3 fucking games that we don't know shit about.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's bad. It's bad. Yeah. That's why that showcase was so disappointing, because even the new shit that they revealed didn't show us anything, and we still need a template for what's coming up. We don't know.
Yeah.
Sad times. And that's why people want that showcase so bad. Like it's like they trying to will it into existence, but I just don't think it's happening. Because why do one in May, the end of May at that, and then come right back a couple months later, and now you got this big ass grandiose showcase that's gonna give us.
I don't think. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe that. Yeah, I don't believe that, because it doesn't really make sense to do 2 in 1 year like that. I don't think that makes a lot of sense, or you would have just went crazy the first time around. But I think a state of play is not crazy to expect. To expect a state of play one more before the year is over, I don't think that's a nut expectation, especially if we both believe that they got the PS Slim coming out this year. I can definitely see that happening. Them doing some sort of state of play.
Don't forget about that handheld too.
Oh yeah, exactly. I got to talk more about that. I feel like they should go back to the drawing board with the Q Lite, to be honest, and add some more stuff with it. There's so much like dope shit going on in the mobile space. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
like
just limit?
all of that?
Yeah, with the chips and a lot of cool things happening. Why just limit it to streaming and remote play? It doesn't really make too much sense. Low-key, I'm hoping they go back to the drawing table with that one. Like, enough people kind of complain about it. They're like, you know what? Maybe we should do a little bit more with this instead of doing a remote play console. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't think they go, like, the fact that they even revealed it as a project, like with a project name, that's just weird. Like, I don't know, that whole rollout for that is weird. It almost seemed like, I don't know, maybe they were trying to get out because the shit already leaked on the timeline. So maybe they were just trying to get out as quick as possible and announce it officially before, but even then when they showed it, they didn't say shit about it. So it was like, a lot of weird decisions over there. At least we got Spider-Man though. Spider-Man gonna hold it down.
But look, PlayStation is at least making the right moves in the sense that, look, if your first party is not ready, they seem to be doing a lot of deals with third-party developers, and at least getting interesting games on their console, quote-unquote, first. I know a lot of people don't like that, but they do have that Rise of Ronin game coming out, which I think it looks pretty cool. Like, Ghost of Tsushima, but actually made by like Japanese people, so it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I think they got that coming out at the top of the year.
Slander?
It's not slander. It's not slander. You know, I fuck with Ghost of Tsushima. Come on, bro.
There's a little hostility in your voice when you said that.
We did get some. Look, we got some news. Square Enix is actually pleased with Final Fantasy 16 sales. This might be the first time I've ever seen Square Enix say that they're happy about a game selling well. Like, this might be the first time ever. Like, a game could sell 15 million copies and Square Enix would be like, yeah, it did not meet expectations. Like, they've done that a bunch of times, bro. So
yeah, it's nuts with that shit. So I don't know. Yeah, according to their wording, it looks like they were pleased with the sales, saying that it's strong. They actually mentioned like the player base and stuff like that, and compared it to Final Fantasy VII Remake and how many players that game had versus this, and did all that.
PS5 has a smaller install base too, so it's pretty impressive. I've been seeing the narrative of people trying to say like the 3 million is bad. And try to run like people want this game to be a failure so bad, but the reality is that it sold extremely well. For example, Resident Evil 4 Remake, we just got sales figures saying that it sold 5 million copies.
5 million, yeah.
So if Final Fantasy 16 did 3 million on the PS5 alone, you would say that's pretty good, right? Versus Resident Evil 4 Remake sold 5 million across every single device, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's any form of way you can look at Final Fantasy 16's number and say that it's bad. I think the game will also have legs in the sense that it will do good over time. And once it hits PC, it will get even more support over there as well. And I think it's going to be sitting somewhere pretty when it's all said and done. So.
Nah, people on the timeline pointing out what I said about Miles having that fucking Saints Row haircut.
That's what I'm saying. He does have that haircut, though. He does have that haircut.
It's the industry thing, bro. The same haircut from the new Prince of Persia shit. The side-scrolling.
Prince of Persia, the same thing. Yeah, the Prince of Persia. Yeah.
Look like some other characters have it.
It seems like when they want to do a black character, this is what they got it. They do
that.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Side, bro. Like, you could have done any other like dread style too. You could have given him cornrows or something. I thought that was fly, bro. You know what I mean? Blade X with a super chat donation says, "I think Venom is the missing link. Take bet, Jmaine. He wants you to take that bet."
He's saying Venom's gonna push it over to the 90s.
Yeah, he's saying Venom's gonna push it over to the 90s.
And Venom is playable, and his, because we still trying to feel like, if his storyline is fire and shit like that, maybe. But see, my concern with Spider-Man, it ain't even like the main shit. Like, I think they nail the main stuff, like characters. They nail story. I think the story's
gonna be great. I think the story's gonna
be the side stuff that I'm like, the world activities. Like, how will that open world be in comparison to what we got in that 2018 game where it was a fucking chore to even do something like the Platinum? Because
I'm sure some of those things are gonna return. I think we know this because of Spider-Man. You're gonna have to save the day in some form or fashion. You're gonna have those random crimes. More
fleshed out, like them side, like, bro, like when you play games like God of War or Horizon, and even Final Fantasy 16, holy shit, nigga, I ain't like, y'all said they was bad. Them side missions is ass. Like,
yeah, they bad. It gets a little better towards the end game, but
I guess they got like some side missions with a plus on it that are better or something like that. But listen, I'm like,
you're gonna love this secret. Yo, y'all gonna love this one. Hold up. Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
You see the picture I'm talking about, right?
Not with all the characters with this style haircut. Oh yeah.
Come on, dog.
Why they do vibes like that? Man had the cleanest fade in gaming. Y'all should have just gave him some waves or something. Y'all should. You know what I mean? Like, why y'all do that? Like, it seems like with the black characters they always do that to the side dreads thing, bro. Holy, bro.
They shave sides with the dreads. That's what they do, man. The locks. I can't,
God, bro. Oh my god.
Can't wait for losing, man.
But I think, when it comes to Spider-Man, like I was saying, some of the activities I think will remain. I think what they need to do improve is the actual, just like the proper side missions. When like in the first game where you have to actually go to like the blue diamond ones, like those make those ones a little bit cooler and doper, and I think everything will be cool. I did like what Miles did with the activities versus what Spider-Man PS4. You know how like you had the cell phone and you didn't really have to do 5 of each thing. Like that shit was so like when you're going for the platinum in that game, that shit was so my god. Especially if you're someone who saves like those types of activities kind of for like the end.
For the end.
that's what I pretty much typically do.
Damn.
Like I do some of them while I'm playing, but I'm like, I save that shit after I complete like main story and stuff like that. So pretty much I was just going through trying to clear like do all the districts and yo, that shit just got tiring.
And then the DLC, like you said, how I play it is if I love a game and I'm really enjoying it, whether it be the combat, the story, like I be wanting to finish the open world before I do the last mission of either the story.
I see.
So for the DLC, it was that Blitzball shit. With that girl with the pink helmet or whatever her name was. I forget what her actual name was, but those missions were terrible. I almost dropped the DLC because I'm like, yo, I want 100% the world before I finish the DLC, but I don't want to play this shit no more. So like,
hold on, Jay, real quick. I know it's unprofessional. I gotta take a call real quick.
Yeah, no doubt. Morales game. So they just got to take it to the next level. They've had, a lot of years to flesh it out and really think about it, and even take cues from their other first party sister studios. Oh, they said I'm muted.
Oh no, you back. We all should be back. My bad, guys. I had to take a call. We got a channel member, Mark the Cyborg. Shout out to Mark the Cyborg, man. Cool dude, man. Went on his. Y'all should check out his channel too, man. He has pretty cool content on his channel. Check out his channel. Shout out to Mark the Cyborg. But yeah, yo, where were we? Oh, we didn't talk about Xbox Live Gold disappearing.
Rest in peace.
That was a little bit sad to see in a sense. Even though I haven't been a gold member in years, low-key I haven't been a gold member in years, but it was still a little bit sad to see.
Not even on the console.
Nah, like.
Oh, man. You don't subscribe to Game Pass on the console?
Oh no. Well, I have a Game Pass Ultimate, so I guess I kind of have Xbox included. Live Gold. It's included. Yeah. So I guess so. Shout out to Xbox Canada for that. They hooked your boy up for a year.
Oh Game Pass. But they gave it a lifetime supply. I was about to say.
But yeah, it is a little bit sad to see that Xbox Live is going because it was just a staple as like a brand. It's been a staple in gaming for a hot minute. Even though the last couple of years, as the games were gold. I've been seeing the offerings, even though I don't take advantage of that stuff. But I've been seeing the offerings that they've been doing and. They gave up on this shit. I guess the server's has been dead a long time ago. Besides just paying for pay for online and be able to connect to games to play multiplayer and stuff like that. But Xbox Live is being replaced with Xbox Game Pass Core now. So that's what's happening. So from my understanding, right, the price is gonna remain the same, right? But they're changing the title to Xbox Game Pass Core, and instead of offering you monthly games, they're gonna offer you 25 games, and I think every so often the games will rotate. Yeah.
I think there's like every 2 to 3 months, some games will like go in and out. So no, 2 to 3 times a year. Excuse me. 2 to 3
times a year. They're gonna rotate the games out. Okay.
I don't know if any games are coming out, but new titles will be added.
New titles will be added. All right, there we go. Okay.
Yep.
So let me get the breakdown. So the core costs $9.99. It's going to include online multiplayer, a catalog of over 25 high quality games on consoles, member deals and discounts, right? But there's a little bit of controversy going on here because the next step above for $1 more, right? For Game Pass is they're going to include pretty much every game that's available in Game Pass. So hundreds of high quality games on console, new games on day one, member deals and discounts. But the problem is the next step up doesn't include online console multiplayer.
Right.
so people are a little bit confused, and Microsoft pretty much did what PlayStation did with fusing the whole how PlayStation fused PlayStation Plus with
PlayStation Now.
PlayStation Now, they kind of fuse it together to kind of say that, oh, look how much subscribers we got for PlayStation Plus now, right?
Oh,
it's
yeah,
kind of,
yeah.
it's almost like a cheat code, right? So they were saying like Game Pass, I think the last reported number was like 25 million sold or something like that. Or I mean, subscribers, something like that. 25 million subscribers, right? So now with this, if they're combining Xbox Live members, it's probably going to be at a much higher number, right?
That shit might be at like 50 million.
now they could run around and say Game Pass has like 50 million subs now because of this. Right. So we already know the games that these guys are playing, but like I was saying, there's a little bit of controversy here because people are like, okay, so we're looking at this new Game Pass tier that you guys have. The core includes multiplayer. The console version doesn't include online multiplayer. So people are a little bit confused. So it seems like the pass is kind of designed to push you into purchasing Game Pass Ultimate. It seems like it.
Absolutely, it is. Because like, all right, so it really is the naming convention, because if this was just Xbox Live, then it's kind of like its own separate thing. But if you're trying to introduce somebody to Game Pass, and so like a new customer coming in, because that's what they're trying to do, you might confuse them here because you're looking at 3 different tiers for the console, and the first still has online. You're like, all right, but I want to bump it up. I want to get more games in Game Pass, so I want to go to the console joint. But then you lose online multiplayer, so it's like, what the fuck? Like, they should have just added multiplayer across the board. With these,
I think so. What would be the problem? Yeah, what would be the problem with that? Unless you were trying to kind of push people into the ultimate tier.
Yeah,
like why leave that out? It doesn't really make much sense.
How it looks now, you would have to have core and console at the same time to take advantage of both of those tiers, because one has the online and one doesn't. But that would put you at what, almost $21 a month? Why not just
exactly. I feel I don't know. I feel like they could have probably did better with what they're offering.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And another thing,
Good Gaming's Patreon's offering a kind of better deal than this. We got one tier, by the way, for $4. For $4, y'all get an extra podcast a week. So make sure you guys subscribe to the Good Gaming Patreon, bro.
They're not as consumer friendly as us. You know what I'm saying? We the most consumer friendly around here. Because actually, if you look at it, though, what separates the console tier and the ultimate tier is EA Play. EA Play and online. So those are that's what you're getting for the extra $5 is online and EA Play. So yeah, you better off just going ultimate. So if you added online play to the console tier, which is $10.99, like, is EA Play worth it? No, people are not going to go to the ultimate tier for $16.99 when you get everything without EA Play for $10.99. So yeah, they definitely want people to get to that $16.99.
Yeah, you know what? Microsoft could have just made it like, they should have just made this nice and simple and probably just got rid of the console tier, bro. Like if they, you know what I mean? Like, they should have just spared everybody. You know what I mean? If you want to push people to their higher shit, just offer, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really get it, because like you're saying, for the people who want to play online, which is going to be a lot of people, even the kids these days want to play online with the games, right? So you would have to subscribe to both. You would have to subscribe to core and console, right? Like you were saying, like, which is a little bit strange. And it just obviously pushes people into ultimate. So I don't know, but that just happened. But end of an era, man. Xbox Live Gold is gone, bro. End of the era, bro.
That name and being gone. Xbox Live Gold. That's just that name. It's like,
that's nostalgic. It's nostalgic when you think about it. Right? It's nostalgic.
But nowadays, the kids, they don't really know too much about that, right? Because, well, you did need Xbox Live for free to play games
for a while. Yeah,
not anymore. Yeah, not anymore. You don't need that. So Xbox Live Gold really don't mean shit to them no more. That's just we the dinosaurs that clung on to that title.
Exactly.
That don't mean shit.
Exactly. And
end of an era indeed.
Definitely. And what else happened this week? Not much. Oh, we're starting to see Blizzard games enter Steam now, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know they already they started doing like the whole Call of Duty thing, but now they're bringing Overwatch to Steam and stuff like that. This kind of does align with like Microsoft's vision. I know like the deal hasn't closed yet, but I don't know if Microsoft is still, or Activision is just doing things that they know that they're going to end up doing. regardless. Because I have a feeling like BattleNet's gonna go away, pretty much. I think they're gonna kill off BattleNet and probably just do Steam and Game Pass eventually when the deal is closed. So that is happening also in the news. But Jmaine, to be honest, I can't think of anything else that happened this week.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Let me see. Maybe a small like Larry Herb, Major Nelson. He's
Larry
retired.
Herb. He's retired. 20 years at Xbox. He's gone now. Out
of there. Man, the motherfuckers be in there for longer than I be thinking. Like 20 something years at one place. It's kind of wild. But congratulations. I know Evan Wells from Naughty Dog. He retired, I think, after 25 years. So definitely some staple names in the industry that's calling it quits. That's pretty much it. That's all I got.
We
ain't got to force it.
I'm looking at the topics and I think that's it. So you already know how we do, bro. We don't force no conversation, but it was a light week. Not really a lot to talk about, but once again, this episode is probably gonna turn into a massive ad for our Patreon. So you already know what it is. So, our Patreon episode is gonna have a lot to talk about because we could talk about everything under the sun. We're gonna talk about the NPC girl. We're gonna talk about that Adam 22 situation with them.
So good.
Gang. Yeah. Jack's video kills me when I say gang. Jack is a funny dude. The funny thing is, I feel like Jack could do that and probably make a bag. Jack, go ahead and make a TikTok and do that because you probably make a bag.
Get that money, man. Get that fucking money.
You have to do the little sway though. I see they be doing like this little sway while they do their thing.
That was just as Miles Morales in the parking lot.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's like this fucking Mortal Kombat sway going on.
He's doing like a sway. Riding like a cowboy, right? I'm like, whoa. Pause,
I ain't gonna front that pinky dog chick when she be doing that little growl. I'll be like, hold up. That little growl I turn it on.
Whoa, relax. Relax. Yeah, man. But like they're definitely making a bag with that NPC shit. And we're gonna be talking about all sorts of fun stuff on the Patreon. So make sure you guys
we are recording the first episode.
We're recording the first episode on Sunday. We'll be on Monday. Morning. It should be live for everybody, video and audio, by the way. So if you want to just listen, and we're gonna have video, it's gonna have cams, it's gonna have everything. It's gonna look extremely dope. So make sure you guys join the Patreon as well as more exclusive content with me and Jmaine. We do plan on meeting up in person soon, right?
Yes, sir.
And we're gonna shoot some content, man. We're gonna shoot some content. We might have to redo that bowling shit. We might have to do go-karting when we link up. We might, we have to do a whole bunch. We're gonna record everything. We're gonna post it on the Patreon.
Jack gonna be out here in September.
Where?
He's going to be in New York City for I think 4 days or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I was thinking about maybe we pulling up.
Maybe we have to link up.
Yeah, because he's gonna be, of course, in the city, so I gotta drive that's like a couple hours. That ain't shit.
Maybe we have to link up, and the in-person content, we're gonna shoot that, post them on Patreon first, and starting from next podcast, you're gonna be able to also send in questions and topics to Good Gaming, whatever you guys want. So, with that being said, we're gonna close out. We did get our 10 Patreons this podcast, so I am gonna be keeping my word and doing what I'm saying. I'm dropping $50 into our Patreon. 5 $10 codes, PSN, Xbox Live, and I'm gonna pick the winners tonight, man. So shout out to everybody who jumped in right away, the early adopters, and supported. I appreciate that. But our first episode of What the Podcast will go live on Monday. We got a super chat donation from Phase 23 BKNY. It says, so many games coming out this fall. What are the top 3 games you guys are looking forward to? I'm hyped for Spider-Man 2, Alan Wake 2, and Mortal Kombat 1. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man as well, Spider-Man 2, Starfield, and I will say Alan Wake 2. That and I'm very intrigued by Armored Core that's coming out next month. I'm very intrigued by it.
Them trailers been looking fire.
Yeah, everything I've been seeing, like I've never really paid attention to that franchise so much, but I've always heard about them and people talk about them. But it's very much looking like, almost like Dark Souls or a Sekiro with mechs. So if that's the case, it's a cool customization. I'm definitely about that. So,
oh man, From Software never gonna lose the allegations.
The same game.
Dark Souls skins. Yeah, making the same game.
The same game. Hey man, as long as it's 5, we in there like swimwear, bro. You already know the vibe. So I think that's probably like my top 3 games I'm looking forward to for the rest of the years. Yeah. Oh, I do. I am excited by Super Mario RPG.
Oh, Super Mario RPG. I thought you was gonna say Wonders.
Yeah, I'm excited about that too, but it's not a top 3. It's not a top 3.
Assassin's Creed Mirage, definitely throw that in there. I want to play that.
That's dope.
Spider-Man. I can't wait for Starfield just because I want it to be a game that I like. Like this would be. I ain't played a proper like Bethesda software game in a minute.
You never know. This might be the one that resonates with you. You know.
You never know. Like I fucked with. I need to go. I want to go back and play Skyrim. I need to.
Skyrim is a good game. People shit on it because it got re-released like a bunch of times. But like, I remember when that shit first dropped. I remember that shit. Like people were loving that shit too, though. People really fucked with Skyrim heavy. And that game has a lot of legs, yo. Like, the community still. Yeah, Oblivion was fire.
I missed it. I don't know what the fuck happened. I missed the
funny thing. The game is dope. I think you probably still have a good time on that game. To be honest, if you went back and played it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. But yeah, I definitely want to play Starfield too. So yeah,
no love for Sonic Superstars. I'm gonna check. That's another game. If I hear it, look, I as an OG Sonic fan, I do like the 2D Sonics. If I see that it's good and it's word of mouth that it's reviewing good, people in the community fucking with it, I'm gonna watch some more gameplay. From what I've seen, it looks pretty dope. But I want to see a little bit more.
Or same like
I feel like it is dropping on the same day as a major game too. Is it Spider-Man that is dropping out, or is it Starfield? It's one of them. I feel like it's dropping the same day as one of them games, yo.
Where is it at? I thought it was in October.
Yo, I swear it's dropping the same the same month as all those like a whole bunch of games that are dropping that month too, bro. Whole bunch of games. Don't sleep on Baldur's Gate 3 either, says Mark the Cyborg.
Oh no, yeah, got it.
I'm gonna tell you something, bro. I heard that game got like 1,700 endings or something like that.
Hundreds of hours of we good. I'm good on that. Y'all can
I'm seeing through the Baldur's Gate 3 cap. I don't care what nobody. Look. I'm sure there's fans. I'm sure there's a lot of fans of that, but it's pretty convenient. Not too long ago, Jmaine, when we used to podcast on press our podcast, we used to hear this sentiment from the PlayStation community specifically about how us PC gamers like top down bullshit. When we see our trailers, it'd be all this dope shit, but when you actually see the game, it's top down, and they used to make fun of that shit. But all of a sudden, everyone is excited for Baldur's Gate 3 though. That's pretty funny. Is it because it's coming out the same day as Starfield? Maybe.
Wait, is it really?
I think it is. Yeah.
Oh shit. Nah, like I was never really into those games anyway, so I'm not gonna fuck with
what? I'm once again. There's a lot on my plate this year. I'm definitely open up to like checking out different games. I've always been like that, and once the games I actually want to play, I get through them, then maybe I'll pay attention to see what's going on over there with Baldur's Gate 3, and it'll be something I'm interested in too. But I still haven't got to Diablo 4, and that's a game that I actually want to play. So I definitely want to check that out. But with that being said,
Liza P, I'm definitely checking that out.
Yeah, Liza P too. I definitely want to play that. Really looking forward to that game, especially if they fix the dodging and that, and that's golden.
Which is something that they said they was gonna do. Yeah.
So with that being said, we're gonna wrap up. We got the 10 patrons I'm about to do the giveaway. Subscribe. I definitely understand if you guys want to see how the episodes are gonna be like before you do. And I might put out the first episode out there for free. We'll see how it goes. I might put out so you guys can see, what to expect. What to expect. Okay, but with that being said, not too much to talk about today, so we ain't gonna force it. We're gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go take care of baby. And Jmaine, it was a pleasure as always.
Absolutely.
We'll be back next week with another episode of Good Gaming. Y'all stay safe and have a great night. Peace.